Welcome back. The time is what 8:40, and you're still tuned in to Salam Media. And right now we'll be sticking with the theme of Gaza, and we'll be chatting to Ismail Moola. He's the coordinator of the Freedom Flotilla Coalition in South Africa, and he'll be chatting to us a bit about the Breaking the Siege Freedom Flotilla, which is set to launch from Istanbul, Turkey. I want to chat to him a bit about just what this flotilla is all about, so some of the missions that they have, what's going to be on their cargo, which is going to be making their way to Gaza. Ismail is joining us on via telephone. Ismail, salamu alaikum. Thank you so much and welcome to Salam Media.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am honored to be present here today, and I know that people in South Africa and all over the world are very concerned about what is happening in Palestine to our brothers and sisters there, and I thank you for the opportunity. Jazakallah.
I mean. First and foremost, can you begin by explaining what the Freedom Flotilla is? What is it all about? And its primary objectives to those that might not exactly know what the Freedom Flotilla Coalition is.
Okay. So basically, we are all aware of the siege in Gaza that is now reaching almost 20 years. And the Freedom Flotilla has, for the past 18 years, attempted to break the siege of Gaza via the sea. The most prominent activity that we had was Bimabi Mamra. Mm-hmm. And sadly, 10 of our activists lost their lives. So the idea is that, in our opinion, the right to movement, the right to exit is an international right, and the siege goes against all international norms. So we formed the coalition, which is part of almost 18 countries worldwide. And every year we attempt to break the siege.
And this isn't the first mission of its kind. Can you discuss the historical context of the Freedom Flotilla missions and how they've evolved over the years?
Yeah, so basically it's activists from around the world that come together with the specific purpose of breaking the siege. So we have to acquire these ships, we have to acquire these boats, we have to acquire permission from all the necessary ports. And once all that is done, then we proceed on our journey. Every journey of ours, in the last 18 years of attempts, we have been stopped by the occupation forces in international water, and our boats are then confiscated, and our people are then taken to Israel, where they are imprisoned for a period of about 4 or 5 days, and then deported.
And looking at that, and it having happened in numerous cases, and I'm pretty sure right now that the international waters leading to the Middle East are probably at their most dangerous, because of heightened tensions, because of the ongoing genocide that's currently occurring in Gaza. How well prepared are you this year, seeing at just how volatile the area has been? There've been numerous combats and all kinds of interactions between various countries in Middle Eastern waters. We've seen on the news how Hezbollah has also been involved. How prepared are you for some of those dangers that might happen and might distract you guys from your mission?
The reality is that the mission that we take on brings us directly in contact with the occupying forces. The amazing thing is that even though the risks are very well known and articulated to all our participants, we have for our current mission applications from almost 20,000 people from across the world to partake in this mission. And all of them are prepared to sacrifice whatever is necessary in order to assist the plight of the Palestinians.
Mm.
The boats that we are having at the moment, the ships that we are having at the moment, can only accommodate 1,000 participants. So it shows you the overwhelming support that people have in terms of what we're doing. And we are very, very clear and explicit in terms of our application processes, making people aware to the risks, as I alluded to you earlier, where previously we've had fatalities, previously we've had people that have been imprisoned, so we've had people that have been injured. So the risks are very high. But I am honored and I'm proud to say that people throughout the world are prepared to take this risk. And we in South Africa ourselves are very proud to have our own candidate, Muniba Baya, who is also in Istanbul at the moment and is ready to join the mission.
This is probably nonsensical, but Israel has expressed concerns over aid missions being used to smuggle weapons. It's nonsense. We can all agree on that one. But how is the FCC respond to these concerns, and what measures are in place to ensure transparency and peaceable intentions with regards to obviously you guys engaging with the Israeli occupying forces?
We do not engage with the Israeli forces in any way. What we say is that we are all NGOs. We are not affiliated to any country or any government. We are activists from different countries, and we advocate a non-violent activity. What we believe in is the Palestinians have a right to free access. Palestinians have a right to freedom of association. Palestinians have a right to have access to whatever goods they need. And we advocate that right. What we are saying is that when our ships are being, at the moment, our cruise ships are being loaded, we've got a cargo ship that is going to be taking almost 5,500 tons of aid to Gaza, and that is being loaded at a Turkish port. And obviously, the port authorities are verifying whatever is going on that ship. And that is the norm that takes place everywhere else in the world. So there is no doubt, even in the minds of the Zionists, that we are a humanitarian aid organization. But more critical to all of this is the ICJ ruling. The ICJ ruling was very explicit. Food aid has to get into Gaza as a matter of urgency. The ICJ did not specify who must supply that aid. It is an open order to the entire world to respond. We as South Africans are foremost in that struggle. The FCC is just facilitating this whole operation.
And I want you to, if possible, just to paint a mental picture, to our audience about what these, ships and what this flotilla is going to look like. What are some of the goods it will be, shipping, as humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza? How many are they? If you can, maybe which routes will they be taking? Just so our audience can get a mental visual picture of what this flotilla will be looking like.
Yeah. So remember, the port of departure would be Istanbul, and Istanbul is on the Mediterranean, so it has a straight line if you want to say so, to Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have 3 ships. One is going to be a cargo ship. That one is going to carry the 5,500 tons. And basically, the majority of items at the moment that are desperately needed in Gaza is related to food. So most of that is food,
Mm-hmm.
water, and critical basic medical needs, because that is what is urgently required at the moment. So these ships have been filled with all of these. The second ship is a cruise ship, and that one is going to have approximately about 600 passengers on it. And there is a third ship that would have approximately about 250 passengers. So altogether, we would have approximately about 1,000 activists on the water. And normally, what would happen is that when we reach about a 30 nautical mile radius from the port of Gaza, that is when we are attacked.
Mm.
And 10 or 15 minutes before that attack, all communication ceases. So the Zionist occupying forces, they jam all the internet activities and things like that. So it's a precursor to our people on our boats that an interception is imminent. So we have no contact with our people until they get back to Israel. So that period can take up to 8 to 24 hours. And of course, it's a very stressful period for all of us, because we have no contact and no independent news as to what is going on.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a very strenuous mission, and organizing it, from your part in South Africa, how did that look like? Such a big mission, and I'm sure a lot of South Africans wanting to be involved. It must have been a very, very incredible feat to coordinate.
Yes, but because we have well representation from almost 20 countries, we work as a team, and a part of that team is in Istanbul at the moment, and they've been working on this mission for the past 4 months. The hardest part is to source the ships, because sourcing the ships, they have to be seaworthy. You have to get the proper licenses. You got to get the permission from the port authorities. So the admin work is more of a nightmare than filling up the ship. Whether you're filling up the ship with participants or you're filling up the ship with goods, that is the easy part. At the moment, the amount of support for Palestine throughout the world is unprecedented. The amount of aid that is ready to go into Gaza is unprecedented. The challenge is that the Zionists are stopping the food from entering. And this is where the failure is amongst the countries that are its neighbors. And I'm talking about here Egypt, I'm talking about here Jordan, I'm talking about Syria. These are neighbors of Israel, and they have the capacity and the ability to open their borders and allow goods to go through. But they're not doing so. So we are just using another avenue, and we've been doing this for the past 18 years, where we're attempting to break the siege via the oceans.
And Ismail, finally, I know that the flotilla will be making its way, to the Mediterranean Sea and to Gaza in a short bit. Everything seems to be confirmed, everything seems to be ready. But for our listeners, who feel moved by the plight of the people in Palestine and want to, help, what can they do to support the FCC and contribute to the cause?
So remember, if you want to, if you want to become a passenger on our boats, then the easiest way for you to do it is to become a virtual passenger on this mission. So we have a website, Boat to Gaza. You can Google it, Boat to Gaza. And that allows you an opportunity to become a virtual passenger. At the moment, we've got 400 people on that site. And these are people that are saying, we are agreeing with what you are doing. And although we are not physically in the water with our 1,000 activists, we support your cause. So that's the first thing people can do. Secondly, people are most welcome to donate to the Palestine Solidarity Alliance. I'm a member of the Palestine Solidarity Alliance. And whatever funds we are collecting, we are in partnership with the Gift of the Givers. Remember, the situation on the ground is very complex. And if you do not have the right context in place, you do not have the right avenues in place, even the little aid that is going through, it will not go through. So we do not have the resources on the ground like somebody as well established as Gift of the Givers. So it's easier for us then to channel whatever funds we have to the Gift of the Givers, because we then know that it's a reputable organization and things are going to happen.
All right. Ismail, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. I'm sure we're going to be catching up with you, as that boat progresses, and it makes its way to Gaza to deliver much needed aid to the people of Palestine. But for now, we're going to leave it here. Jazakallah so much for giving us your time.
Jazakallah, and you're welcome to contact me anytime, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. There you go. Coordinator of the Freedom Flotilla Coalition in South Africa, Ismail Moola, just painting a picture for us about what that flotilla is going to look like. These huge ships that are going to, embarking on this much needed humanitarian aid mission to Gaza. The flotilla is set to launch from Istanbul in Turkey. I'm actually on their website right now, the virtual boat flotilla on their website. And so basically when the boats start leaving Turkey, you're going to be seeing all kinds of images. You're going to feel and have like a sense of what it looks like and it feels like for those that are going to be on that journey to Gaza. So yeah, we wish them all the best. These are the brave souls that are contributing, in helping the people of Palestine and their plight. And if you want to get involved, visit their website. It's boat2gaza.com/virtual-boat, or you can just search virtual boat and then you'll see the Freedom Flotilla. They're popping up. Very, 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 very important mission that they're embarking on, as much needed aid needs to be delivered to Gaza. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be taking the news with Zaid Jadwad. So yeah, very, very, interesting news. Olan, what do you say there? What's our new tagline for the news? I can't find it, man. I can't find the new tagline. Oh, there we go. What you need to know, when you need to know, and how you need to know. This is going to be our tagline going forward when we link up to the news with Zaid Jadwad. Keep it locked to Salam Media, and we'll see you right after the news.